I love the rain. Today it's been raining cats and dogs here in Tampa, Florida, and today's show is all about how you can prepare for bad weather, and bad weather is coming. And what I mean by that is the bad news, the bad economy, the challenges that you're going to have personally and professionally in your life, and how you can be prepared for when that stuff comes up. I know you're going to love the show.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of greatness quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool.
All right, welcome back. I really do love the rain. I was just interviewed on a podcast 2 days ago, and someone was asking me, the host of the podcast, Christopher Worth, I believe, was saying, like, why do you like the rain? You know, and I've always loved the rain, but I've always loved the snow, and I've always loved sunshiny days, and I've found a way to go ahead and party and have a great time in all those different kinds of weather. But I've also found times where I was suffering in the sweaty heat and dry heat of Phoenix, Arizona, where I grew up, where sometimes in the summer it was so frickin' hot outside that, and I lived in a situation where sometimes we didn't have air conditioning over the summer, and I would be sweating. It'd be sometimes 120 degrees at night, and I'd be sweating in bed and not able to sleep. And I remember getting up when I was a teenager and just uncomfortable and going for a run because I just wanted to go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. Because I was too hot and sweating. And so I went for a run in the middle of the night, in the middle of the desert, just to go ahead and exhaust myself enough so that I could go to sleep. So I have found ways to enjoy the weather, and I've found ways to and I found myself in times when I didn't enjoy it. And here's what I want to talk to you about today is preparing for the weather. Because you can bitch when it rains, or you can dance in the rain. Or what did Fred Astaire say? You know, singing in the rain. And today I'm out on my lanai, which is a small area out by my swimming pool outside my house. And in Florida, they have this little caged-in area so all the mosquitoes won't get to you. And that's what I'm inside right now. And it's lightly misting rain down on me while I'm in my jacuzzi. I am finding ways to enjoy the rain. But quite frankly, I like actually being in a downpour. I wanted to record today's episode in a downpour and do it on a video because I thought that would be fun. But that didn't happen today. But how can you prepare yourself? And here's actually the first question I have for you is, where in your life do you complain about things that are beyond your ability to control? And one of those, for example, is the weather. Or here's another question for you. Where in your life do you worry about things that are beyond your ability to control? When I started dating my wife and before we got married, I recognized that my wife was worried about things that I never even considered the possibility of worrying about. Like, I just don't worry about stuff. Now, maybe that's because I've had so many bad things happen to me. I just don't want to worry about things that aren't going to happen. I read a book years ago, I think it was by Dale Carnegie, called something about not worrying. I can't remember what it's. Stop worrying and stop. I don't remember what the title is right now. But it suggested that 99% of the stuff that we worry about never comes true. And basically maybe that just helped train me years ago to just not worry about stuff that's beyond my ability to control. Now, this isn't necessarily a good thing. I maybe take it to an extreme. Like, I don't like to fret about or worry about things that are beyond my ability to control, or things that I believe that I'm just not willing to put my energy towards making a change. And one of those things is our politics. Like, I don't pay attention to politics. I don't want to pay attention to politics. It's ugly to me. I don't like all the the conversations back and forth. It's a disgusting thing for me to pay attention to. I don't like paying attention to the news. And so what ends up happening is, unfortunately, my pattern has been, because I don't want to plug into negative news, I'll plug into no news, because I don't want to hear people bitching and complaining. My question for you again is, when it rains or when it pours or when it's snowing, are you out there bitching because you have to, what is it when in the Northeast, when it snows, you have to shovel your driveway? Are you bitching, shoveling your driveway, or are you building snowmen? And I know that myself, when I was living in New Jersey for about 6 years, I freaking loved it when it snowed. I felt like I was the only guy outside excited about shoveling snow. First of all, I got a workout in. Then I grew up in Arizona, and I spent a lot of time in Florida and in the Caribbean and a lot of hot freaking weather. I didn't get to spend much time in the snow. I still feel like a little kid in the snow. So how do you behave when it comes to your worry and when it comes to just what things are you bitching about instead of doing something? And again, this is part one of your challenge today, to write down in your journal where it is that you are complaining or worried about things that are beyond your ability to control. And then step number 2 is to look at your life and to say, where is it that I need to prepare? Because the bad weather is coming. The challenging economy is coming. The personal loss and the things that are bad shit is gonna be happening to you or around you, and you've got to be prepared for it. Because if not, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer when it's too hot. You're gonna suffer when it gets too cold. You're just gonna suffer when it's raining, instead of being prepared with a raincoat and an umbrella. And you know what? The rain isn't that big of a deal at that time. So step number 2 of your daily challenge today is to think about, where in your life do you need to prepare? Where are you potentially weak right now? And I'll share with you as I've looked at my life and I've looked at my business and I've looked at how I'm showing up so far, where I need to prepare. And I was looking at my social media very, very specifically. I'm looking at my followship on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter, and LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you name it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, this is not what it should be. I am not prepared. I am not prepared with the right media. I'm not prepared with the right content. I don't have the right followship. I haven't invested enough in these channels. And so it is time for me to invest. It is time for me to find new mentors and hire new people that are either mentors and are people to help me build this. So I'm in the hiring process of finding people that can help me do this. And I'm learning so I can do it myself, and then finding people that will give me the best advice so that I can make it happen. And in the real near future here, you're going to see that I'm going to double down on massive content. Part of the reason that I have a daily podcast is so that I have a new audio podcast channel for you, so that I can communicate in there's only 3 methods that we can create more content and share with people. And it's basically the written word, audio and video. And I'm planning an attack. I'm planning a campaign to do all of that and to double down on all of my content, because we are a media company. I've been studying a lot of Gary Vee lately, and he talks about how each and every one of us in business and in life, that we have a personal brand that we are building, and we have an opportunity for free to grow our own TV show, to have our own newspaper or magazine, i.e. your blog, and the TV show obviously on YouTube and every other video channel that we have access to, and your audio when it comes to podcast. Not to mention that with Instagram and photos and you name it. And so this is where I recognize that I have a weakness, and it is time for me to double down and make it a strength. So I know that's where I need to focus, because that will give me the biggest win. And so that's my challenge for you today. I've got a quote for you today as well. And this is from Malcolm X. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. I'll say that again. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So where do you want to be in the future? And how do you need to prepare yourself so that you are set up for when the times get tough? That's all I got for you today. I hope you liked today's show. And if you did, make sure you share this with somebody that you care about, so we can help them take their life and business to the next level. This takes more than me. I'm hoping to work with you. I'm not asking for you to follow me. I'm asking for you to stand beside and lead with me. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow on another daily dose of Greatness Quest.
To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.